Hi, I'm Lily. I'm a BPI athlete. I'm an NPC bodybuilder, and I also am a personal trainer.
I'm Shadia. I'm also a BPI athlete. I'm a personal trainer and I'm a content creator. All right, guys. So today we're just gonna chit chat. We're gonna go over some questions, kind of get to know each other, and just different worlds in the fitness industry.
Of course.
So you told me you're an NPC bodybuilder. So what got you into that world?
So coming from being a basketball player, basically I kind of had the motivation to just be like competitive and everything. And then after coming out of playing basketball, I had to find something else to fill. And so basically I got injured in my shoulder my senior year playing basketball. And so I decided that I needed to start rehabbing and things like that, getting my body back to being right. And when I started getting back into the gym and things and being able to like lift again, I found bodybuilding. And one of my strength and conditioning coaches was actually a bodybuilder. I coached her daughter, and throughout basketball and also just throughout the gym as well, strength training for basketball and athletic performance. And basically, she was a very strong bodybuilder, eventually was going to go to the Olympia. About 2 months before the Olympia, it's a little bit sad, but she passed away. Yeah, so after she passed away.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. After she passed away, her daughter actually asked me, she's like, can you do a show for my mom?
Oh my God.
I was not the kind of girl to be in a sparkly bikini at all. I was more like a basketball player who was in joggers and leggings every single day. The last thing I wanted to do was prance around on stage. You know, I was not a dancer growing up, anything like that. But yeah, so I decided to just kind of throw myself into it and do my first show, and then I fell in love with it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So you did the show like in her memory.
Yeah, so
so
it was a show in St. Pete, which is originally where I'm from, and that's kind of where like just to make sure her daughter could come and everyone could come like from the basketball team. And so I went and played, I did really good for my first show, and honestly was like not expecting to do good at all.
Wait, what did you place? Did you place?
Yeah, so I placed second in that show.
Second, or her first show ever.
Yeah, so I placed second.
That's good.
There was 26 people who came just kind of in memory, people I didn't even know, congratulating me off a stage, but it made me so happy, just knowing that I could kind of create that memory, create that like experience for everybody. And yeah, so eventually since then, I've been a bodybuilder and going into an off season.
That's so cool. I love that.
Yes, yeah.
That's
So
so
it's a
sweet.
sad story turned into an amazing one, so.
That's crazy how life works like that, right?
Yeah, so there's definitely some times where I'm like blown away at people's stories, and I feel like that's the beauty of like finding people's backgrounds and things like that. So reversing, where did you start and what got you into content creating, you know, your fitness journey, everything like that?
Yeah, so I was actually in sales.
Okay.
I was in sales my whole life. And I just got kind of tired of it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was just really tired of.
It's a hard one.
Yeah. I was tired of working nights, weekends, and holidays, but I still work weekends, and holidays, but now I work doing what I love. So I actually started my fitness page during the pandemic.
Wow.
Yeah, so I started just kind of sharing like little workouts that I did at home. Just my main purpose of my page was to motivate people to stay active, live a healthier lifestyle, especially during those times, you know, that we're stuck inside. So I'll show you guys, I could put a little clip to show you, like, you can literally see me like leg pressing my sofa. It's crazy. Yeah. I'll show you leg pressing my sofa. So that's really when I started my actual fitness page and content creation.
Okay.
And I was just doing it for fun.
Yeah.
What got me into fitness was actually, I was always into fitness.
Yeah.
Like here and there. I never played sports or anything. But I actually suffered a knee injury.
Okay.
So I didn't want to get surgery.
Me
I
too,
said
girl.
no. Yeah, that's what I was like. Yeah, relatable. I didn't want to get surgery, and then that's when I dove head deep into fitness.
Yeah.
So I realized, you know, in order for me not to get surgery, I have to build my
Muscle.
quads, I have to build muscle,
Of course.
and just recover there. And I literally went into the gym. I fell in love with it, how it made me feel, you know, kind of just letting out your frustrations.
Yeah.
And ever since then, everything is history.
There you go.
Yes, so I started rehabilitating my knee, so building muscle. I was in sales, and then just one day I woke up and said, I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
All I think about and I was thinking about was the gym and working out. That's what I wanted to do. So everything worked out in a way where I was able to leave my sales job. I became a full-time personal trainer. And then I started getting more and more into the content creation, taking it more seriously, posting more, And that's
There
when
we go.
BPI came about. I've always used BPI. So it was really, really like a full circle moment when they did reach out to me, because I remember using their products forever. And ever since then, thankfully, thank God, I just been growing my page and growing my social media platform.
Of course, that's amazing. Yeah,
that's what got me here today. All right, so let's ask some questions that a lot of people may have. So one question that I know people may have is, when should you take your protein? Does it matter what time you take your protein? 30 minutes after, or it doesn't matter? What do you think?
So for me, just being a bodybuilder and kind of just being in this lifestyle kind of phase for a while now, I've had to learn this the hard way and the easy way. Not being able to, coming from not being able to gain any muscle for a while, and then also being on the opposite side of being able to gain way too fast. I completely understand not knowing these kind of things. And after my beautiful coach kind of gave me a little bit more insight, and then also getting nutrition certified, it's been something that's really opened my eyes to a lot of these things. So for me, specifically, protein's going to be the most important after my workouts. Depending on when you are and how hard you're training, what you're training for, and all of this, it's really depending to the individual person. For me, I don't eat anywhere after 30 minutes after the workout. So I'm getting a meal in like super quick after my workout. And that's just because I'm exerting a ton in my workouts. So if I'm just kind of leaving myself dry for like a long enough period of time, it's not going to do the full magic as it would around 15 to 20 minutes after. With protein, being able to restore glycogen and kind of build that muscle, reintroduce the protein bonds and things like that inside is going to be super important. So I think that protein is going to be the most important. With the protein, my favorite flavor is blueberry muffin, ISO HD. But yeah, so I would say kind of in bodybuilding world, it is kind of hard with proteins not being able to digest well, because your body has to be super clean and things like that. But I've found a very different kind of side with ISO HD. It's been one of my favorite proteins. And it is one that I can use throughout prep. My coach has approved it for me.
Nice.
Which is something that like is really hard in the bodybuilding world, because you go through trying so many, and it's something that's like, okay, come on, like I want flavor, I want the sweets again, and like protein and the flavors that BPI has is like a way that literally fills that kind of void of not being able to have a cupcake in your hand, like at all times. So yeah, what about you?
Yeah, so I agree with you. I think, like for me personally, I prefer to have my meal right after my working out. But if that can't happen, I have to go to work, I have to do some groceries, I have to run some errands, then I'll definitely have my protein shake always. So I'll always make sure to have my protein shake right after my workout. Just like you, I train very hard. I lift very heavy. It's a very intense workout. So it's very important to have protein in general right after your workout. Again, I would say within 30 minutes, but don't kill yourself trying to be like, oh my God, I have 1 minute left to drink my protein, or it won't work.
Eating is better than not eating at all, okay? So just get the meal in. Always.
So I always do recommend, of course, whole meals, like your whole foods. But if that's not an option right after your workout, then of course, something like Hydro HD is really good. Like you mentioned, it digests really, really well. My favorite is actually the cinnamon cereal. I love it so much. And just like you mentioned, I have a really bad sweet tooth.
Me too.
So drinking like this, it makes me feel like I'm drinking, like eating something sweet, but obviously without being guilty.
Also, if anybody's on the Ninja Creamy trend, like I love making Ninja Creamies at night with protein powder. It's
so
amazing.
For those that don't know, it's like an ice cream maker.
Yeah.
I don't have one.
Oh my
so
goodness.
I'm jealous. But it's really
the
like an
thing
ice
ever.
cream maker.
It is really loud, I will say. Sorry, Ninja, but it is really loud, but it's my favorite thing ever. It makes like the best ice cream in the
that's
world.
good.
Yeah.
But like you guys don't have to kill yourself to eat within 30 minutes. Just make sure you are eating after your workout, especially if it's a very intense workout. Eating or drinking something like BPI Sports Hydro HD shake. My favorite product of BPI forever and ever is CLA and carnitine shredded. Mango. You've never had it? Oh,
good.
Get out of here.
Okay.
It's good. Basically, this product is formulated to help turn your body's fat into energy. So I like to take it, for example, when I'm doing fasted cardio, or I'll mix it with my pre-workout just because I need that extra energy and intense.
Yeah. Okay.
And like I mentioned, it does help turn your body's fat into energy. Yeah. So I don't want to say the word because it's not literally a fat burner. I don't like using the word fat burner. I don't like it at all.
Me either.
But that's why I like it, because it does help you turn your body's fat into energy, just more energy.
Of course.
It tastes delicious. And I've used it for years.
Yeah.
Do you use it like for workout?
Every day. I usually I'll mix it with my pre-workout. So usually I'll have my pre-workout, which is my favorite is Vortex.
Okay.
So one of our Vortex is my favorite, and I'll mix it with some CLA and carnitine shredded.
Got it.
I'm a sweater. I love to sweat.
Me too.
Like if I don't sweat, I'll be like,
didn't do anything?
Yeah, I need to sweat. So the good thing about the shredded one is thermogenic. So it's gonna make you sweat regardless. If you I don't sweat.
Well, get ready.
So that's my favorite. You should totally try it.
I think my favorite is definitely going to be the OG pre-workout sour gummy flavor. Again, it really fills the void of not being able to have candy. I'm a big candy lover. I love the chewy candy, the sweets, everything like that. And that's like the kind of way to just really fill internally. But yeah, definitely the OG pre-workout is going to be my favorite, coming from somebody who cannot stay focused on one thing. That has like really nailed me into my workout.
It gives you really good energy and focus.
Good energy. Really good focus.
Great
as well,
pump.
You know?
Super good pump.
Yeah, gets you there. Promise.
Yeah, the 1MR OG is not for the weak. It's a disclaimer, it's not for the weak. This is, for me, I would say it's not a product that I would recommend for someone starting off.
Yeah.
If you are starting off, maybe like half a scoop first.
Yeah.
Because it's intense. Even for me, and I'm a caffeine lover.
No, me too. Coming from a girl who drinks energy drinks every day, like.
So if you're a hardcore caffeine person like us, this is for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us, what is some advice or what would you recommend for someone not seeing results in whatever their fitness goal is?
Yeah, so I would recommend don't stress about it. Cortisol is going to be literally the one thing that is going to affect the absolute crap out of your body. And especially if you're on a weight loss journey, cortisol is going to be held in that one spot that absolutely no person likes, right under your belly button. And it gets annoying. And that's definitely something that's going to play a huge factor. So if you're overly stressed, if you're not finding the time to recover and do these sort of things, that's going to put more stress on your body than it is going to be able to help you. And so in that sense, those cortisol levels being raised, that stress being raised is something that's not going to be able to lower, like unless you get rid of whatever's stressing you. Put yourself first, calm down, focus on the journey. And if you stay focused on the main goal that's at hand, also prioritizing the goals, because there might be something that like you say is number one goal for you, and that might be something that you want, but there might be those other stressors that might be prioritized over. So it might be something where you have to sit down truly with yourself and be like, is all of these things feasible for me to be able to do right now?
Correct.
And it's completely okay to have to put something on the back burner because you need to focus on either yourself, your health, or your wealth, whatever it is. And so that's super important. Putting yourself first, prioritizing your goals, and making sure that your cortisol, you're taking your recovery time, stressing yourself, de-stressing, and letting yourself just live life.
Go with the flow.
Live life.
Go with the flow.
Literally.
Relax.
Yeah. What about you? What's kind of your take on that?
Take on that would be, again, it depends on what your goals are.
Yeah.
But I always recommend to kind of do like a full reset, right? Like a full reset in regards to, okay, have a clear idea of what it is you're trying to achieve.
Of course.
Some people, I want to gain muscle. But I want to lose fat.
Yeah.
But this, but that. But you don't know what you're doing, so you don't know what you're working towards, which again, you're not really seeing the results you want to see.
Yeah.
Right? So have a clear vision of what it is you're working towards, whether it's building muscle or losing fat, right? And then 2, create a clear plan. Right? So if you're trying to build muscle, make sure you're writing your weights. Make sure you are incorporating progressive overload. Kind of reset and stick to basics. Go back to basics.
Yeah.
Stop doing all these crazy things you see on Instagram. That
I was just gonna say that.
Bodybuilding is boring. Like you do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
So that's really my big advice in life in general is take a reset. have a clear vision of what you're working towards, and also have a clear plan.
Yeah.
Right. If it's your diet, like if you're not seeing progress, something in there is messed up.
Yeah.
Either you're actually in a calorie deficit or you're actually in a surplus, incorporating progressive overload and understanding the mechanics of how to build the muscle.
Yeah.
So that would be my biggest advice, is to reset, have a clear vision or plan of how to achieve that.
Yeah. Also don't compare yourself to what you see. And in the sense of if somebody is writing, if somebody's on Pinterest, if someone's seeing on Instagram, whatever it is, you never know what that person is truly doing. In that sense, you can't compare yourself to something that you don't know.
Right.
And the knowledge that somebody might have might be 10 times more or less knowledge than you have, and you have to put the confidence in yourself, and whether it's your coach or whether it's the own knowledge that like you have, whatever it is, you have to put the confidence in that, knowing that they want what's best for you. And you can't doubt yourself. You can't doubt kind of the limits that you can make and everything. You can't put limits on yourself that aren't realistic.
Right.
You know, and if I'm sticking to a diet that maybe somebody who is a completely different weight, height, you know, everything than me, a different lifestyle than me, I'm not going to see results. And that's because it's not for me. It's not. They have a completely different lifestyle. That could be somebody who is not training at all. That could be someone who is doing a high rocks 3 times a year. That could be somebody that's doing marathons. Like, you really never know. And that's something that's super, super important. And I feel like that's a lot of the reason why bodybuilders especially aren't going to share their specific macros. And if they are, it's more kind of for just the general, like, this is what I look like.
Right.
But at the same time, it is super important not to get too caught up in the numbers. Like, whether it's the body weight number, the calorie number, everything.
Right.
That's specifically to you.
I agree, because, for example, a keto diet might work amazing for somebody. It might not work for me. Yeah. Genetically speaking, I have great genetics compared to someone, let's say they don't have the best genetics for building muscle. Yeah. So if you do my exact same workout with everything I do, eat, it doesn't mean you're gonna have the same results, because you're completely different.
Yeah.
So that would be our advice. That's our advice. All right, guys. So this was a quick Q&A, questions and answers with us here at our BPI headquarters.
Thank you guys for watching. This is going to be on our YouTube, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon.
Guys, don't forget, if you have any other questions that you want answered, leave them below.
Thank you. Bye.